Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to some Monster Jam racing action here in Arlington, Texas at the Cowboys Stadium. So this is a new 2015 track that I downloaded on simmonsters.com, and it's a tough one to drive, so don't criticize my driving too much. It gets better as the video goes on. But this is Max D right here, and he's going up against Stone Crusher. Max D was the #1 qualifier in Stone Crusher, the 16th qualifier, but that was not a bad run from Max D at 30.92 seconds. But here comes the Stone Crusher. See if he can beat that. If he beats that, he's going to have a huge upset here. He's looking good so far. Comes around that turn, perfectly executed turn right there from Stone Crusher. Oh, he clips the wall, but he still has time. Stone Crusher spins it around, and he's just trying to get over the line, and there is the upset. 30.70 is the time for Stone Crusher. Just barely edges out Max D to win that race. Next up here, we have El Toro Loco versus the Wrecking Crew. El Toro having a little bit of problems there on the first turn. Oh man, now he's really rolling. Can he save it? Yeah, it's back on all fours, but he's definitely out of contention for winning this race. That little lip at the end of the ramp is very hard to get over sometimes, and if you hit it, it's going to send you flying. And El Toro finishes up. That's a time of 35.27 seconds. And Wrecking Crew is starting off right here. Steve Kohler is the driver of this, the brother of Jim Kohler and Avenger. They're all on the same team, including Brutus, who's also racing today. Wrecking Crew, definitely not a bad lap. He really had a bad time in qualifying, but that was a good lap right there, and he will take the easy victory over El Toro. Next up here, we have Medusa, who won racing in Foxborough last time, I think she did in Foxborough. Well, let's see if she can do it in Arlington. Same type of track, and not just the traditional oval. And she's up over the cars, but that is a very solid lap, under 30 seconds with time of 29.50. Now here's the Gravedigger. He had a rough qualifying time at 37.46 seconds. But he needs to run a really fast lap here to get the win. It's looking pretty good so far. He was a little slow around that turn. Oh, and the digger just hit the wall. He really can't control that truck today. Dennis Anderson driving that machine. And finally gets over. It wasn't a brutal lap at a time of 30.77, but it was not good enough to beat Medusa. Next up here we have Titan versus the War Wizard. Donald Ependendio, the driver for Titan. Truck's based out of California, and here he goes. A little trouble there around that corner. But looks like he recovered, and that is a very nice lap there from the kid. That's a time of 28.18. That is the fastest lap of the night so far. And Randy Moore and War Wizard, just really not a good monster truck driver. I mean, just look at this guy. Doesn't even know what he's doing. And he doesn't roll over. He's going to continue the lap. Alright, so this track, I think, is going to be very difficult for freestyle. Just looking at it, you can see all the jagged edges and such. I think it's going to be very difficult for freestyle, but it'll be a good show. So we'll see what happens. And the War Wizard finishes the lap. Alright, here's Gunslinger. See what he can do. And he gets around the first turn, not the greatest turn of all time. Had some trouble. but can he finish it up? He's going up against Brutus in this race, so Brutus is probably not known to be a good racer, but hopefully he can do well. And the Gunslinger is trying to get across the line, man. He's just having some trouble. That just seemed like a really long lap. And the time was 33.01. Next up here is Brutus. Nice corner right there. As you can see the backflip ramp ready to go for freestyle. Normally on these RoR maps that you download, the backflip ramps are always terrible and you never actually do a backflip, but I tested these ones and they work well. So Brutus ran a great lap there at a time of 28.87, so he moves on. And next up here we have Monster Energy going up against the Avenger. Monster Energy won in our last video at New Orleans in freestyle, and he clips that freestyle obstacle there and he hits the barricade. He's going to be on all fours there, but that is not going to be enough, as that is a pretty bad lap there from Monster Energy with a time of 37.68, and he rolls it over at the end. So that's not good for his truck, but it's good for the Avenger, as Jim Kohler has an opportunity to win this race. He just took that turn nice and easy. Almost cost him, but he's going to take this turn nice and easy as well. Down the back straightaway. And a good turn there. Not too good, but good enough to beat Monster Energy right there. And he is going to be facing the winner of this race. Or no, he's going to be facing Wrecking Crew next round. But Bad News Travels Fast is going up against Backdraft here in the last race. Never mind. Second to last race of round 1. And he rolls over. So that's a real shame for Bad News Travels Fast, but Backdraft is the white Backdraft this time around instead of the classic red. It's a truck that salutes firefighters around the world. It's supposed to be a fire truck. And he hits the barricade as well. But Backdraft here has a really easy run because Bad News Travels Fast just rolled over. And he finishes that lap up with a time of 32.30. And the final race of round 1 is Monster Mutt versus the Lucas Oil Crusader. A pretty good match up here. And Monster Mutt having some trouble, but he could easily recover from this and run a good lap here. Got some good speed going down the back straightaway. Oh, but he had too much speed and struggled to make a good turn there. That is a time of 32 seconds flat. So, still a tough time to beat for Lucas Oil here, but Lindsay Wink out of Canada is a veteran driver and really can win in racing. And nice turn there, beautiful turn. And he clips the barricade though, and that's going to slow him down a little bit, burn some rubber off those tires. But he's going to fly across, and that's going to be enough to beat the Monster Mutt with a time of 28.42. So that was one of our faster laps we've seen. Second round here, we have Stone Crusher, the man who upset Max D in round 1, is going up against Brutus, the man who upset Gunslinger in the first round. So this is definitely a good matchup. Steve Sims, he's a great driver at times, especially in freestyle. But right now here in racing, he is struggling as he gets across the line. Brutus, Chris Bergeron driving Brutus, part of Team Scream, which includes the Wrecking Crew and Avenger. And some other people, I think. Brutus needs to beat a time of 30.70. And it looks like he's going to get it here. If he gets across the line, he really needs to get across the finish line. Not the way he wanted to finish as he rolls the truck over. But Brutus is your winner right there, ladies and gentlemen, with a time of 29.74. So just barely beat the Stone Crusher. And here is Titan. Hits the barricade there. He's going up against Lucas Oil Crusader here. Hits the wall. And he's going to go over the wrong side. I think twice he did that. But it's a good lap there. I mean, there are no penalties, so 31.12 is the lap time. Okay, so now we're on Avenger versus Backdraft here. And Avenger getting around. And a good lap there from Avenger. Not bad. Probably good enough to beat Backdraft here. Considering Backdraft did not have a good lap last time, but he did have a free run. So the time he needs to beat from Avenger is 33.24. So not a good lap from Avenger, but he is going to get to the victory as Backdraft struggles right here and is not able to finish the lap on time. And finally he gets across the line. Alright. So now we have Medusa here racing against, I don't even know what's going on anymore. I think I jacked up how this is going, but I don't know, we'll see. Alright, now Titan's up. Should be going against Brutus. I don't even know what's going on. Some of these clips are out of order, but I'm just going to roll with it. And we'll see who wins in the end. So I have it done all on paper. It's just the videos are out of order. As Titan just barely crosses the line. Now he's going up against Lucas Oil. Okay. So now we're back in order here. It was Medusa versus Backdraft was the last race. And Avenger versus Wrecking Crew. Oh, so they are in order. I just lost where I was. Titan versus Lucas Oil. This is the last race of the second round. And Lucas Oil hits the wall hard. And he's going to have to back up. Titan is easily going to win that race with a time of 31.12. As Lucas Oil Crusader rolls it over at the end. That's never good for your truck. Now we have Brutus versus Titan here in the semifinals. The other semifinal is Avenger versus Medusa. Chris Bergeron Brutus, he's really putting on a show on this course. He is dominating it today. This is looking like a really fast lap. If he makes this turn well, what a beauty of a turn. That is an insanely fast lap there from Brutus with a time of 27.60. So that is by far fastest lap of the night. And Titan, he's been fast all day, but I don't think he can match what Brutus just did, as he's pretty much already behind and has no chance at this point. But he is really trying. He's trying to beat it. Oh, and he clips the barricade in that. He's going to put him up on it. And he's going to... Okay, he's down. and then he rolls over. Oh, what an attempt there from Titan, but Brutus will win. On to the final for him, and Avenger versus Medusa is this race. And there Avenger goes with his first pass, and he's got to make another one. And he clips the barricade there. Avenger's just barely been scooting along without one time below 31 seconds. And another poor showing, as he will eventually get across the line, ladies and gentlemen, right there with a time of 34 seconds. So Medusa should easily get the win here. Let's see what happens. Winner faces Brutus in the finals. And Medusa having some trouble. Oh man, she almost flipped over, up over this, and she's still got to go on the left side. Yep. And here Medusa goes round the final turn. This is actually a much closer race than she wanted. And another thing there where she screwed up, but she does get the win. Now we have Brutus versus Medusa for the final race. I don't know why the video just got jacked up and it looks as weird as it does. But it's the final, people. And Brutus spins it around. Down the back straightaway. Looks like he's running another good lap here. Nicely done there from Brutus. A little bit of trouble, but that is definitely... Oh man, he busted his truck. Oh my god, I don't think that man's going to be able to come back for freestyle, but we'll see how good his crew is and see if they make it back. But Medusa here has to beat a time of 29.23. And Medusa, not a good start, going off the wrong side of the ramp. But really, it's not slowing her down at all. It's making the lap faster. And some real speed out of Medusa here. Perfect turn, and that is fastest lap of our night as Medusa wins racing with a time of 26.69. Medusa wins racing. Please like the vid.